Stadium in Starkville, Mississippi. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Alabama's head coach told me before the game, one of the things to keep your eyes on is how does this young quarterback continue to develop. They took a risk early in the season starting this young freshman, but he has continued to develop each week and get better. He's gaining the trust of his teammates. He's really starting to make good reads and get a feel for this offense. Can they keep this trend going? I'll keep you posted on how he looks on the field and how he's leading his team early in this game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense will go on the attack first. Redemption might be on their mind as they took a whipping the last time these two squared off.
They sure did, Reese, and their best players made a lot of mistakes the last time out, especially on offense. David, it's really important in this one. The stars have to play like stars. They got to stat it up, and they got to start fast.
And they got to remember what happened. They got to remember the celebration, the on-field antics, the social media, all of it that came with it. The embarrassment of last time. So, yes, your big players, they got to play big, especially in these rivalry games.
Tight end now in motion. Here's the give to Bothwell. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one. So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Taylor wants to throw. Oh, pressure's coming. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is. I'm not sure he knew he had the face mask there, tried to let it go in time, but couldn't. It's a penalty on the defense. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was 4th down, now 1st down. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Quick completion to the right. Could not make his way to the corner. Alabama pushing the tempo. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Fires immediately. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are, sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Down he goes. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Way too close to punt. Way too far for the field goal. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Russell will throw for it on 4th. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Taylor wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Got it in the middle. It's West. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Out wide right, it's West.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll give it to Flock. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Williams open on the right side. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Well, on that 3rd down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after they catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier inbounds and getting him down, now setting up 4th.
They'll take the penalty and move them back. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Both of these defenses a little bend, but not breaking in clutch situations, David.
It's always exciting when you can go for it on 4th down and you know your defense will make a stand. They held them to a field goal, Jesse. It's a pretty good job of that defense.
It is. So if I'm this coaching staff, don't deviate from the game plan here. Go back to doing what you want to do and get established in this game.
They go play action with Russell. Move to his right. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
And there's not very many offensive plays that are going to be successful. If you can rush 3 guys and still get to the quarterback, it's not a good sign for this offensive line.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Now here's Russell. Perfect Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Not a lot of room to field this one, and they'll stop him right there on the return. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Hold on in the face of the contact.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down. We've come to the end of the period, and Mississippi State is on top as we get a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Trying to make one miss. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Right side, it's Edwards. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Russell on play action. Here comes the heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Throwing Russell. They're all over him. They've got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast. He's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell finds his target. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Under pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Taylor wants to throw. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Mississippi State right back to the line. They'll give it to Fluff. Driven back. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Looking to throw for it. Got it. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. The accuracy is perfect. The loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They go play action with Russell. Escapes the pressure to his right. Throwing on the run. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Touchdown time. Once he got some room, it was over.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Bringing it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Taylor wants to throw it. Left side is Evans. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Back to pass on 2nd down. Unleashes it on the run. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic.
Makes a grab for a big play. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Look out! He's sacked. This defense all over him.
Yeah, and this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to, you know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. When the defense loses you like that, you have to find a way to make sure the quarterback sees you.
And I guess that's waving your arms. Hey, I'm open. I never really understood that because I never feel like you're running as fast, but he got by the defense. Quarterback gets outside the pocket, makes the big completion down the field.
Russell on play action. Rush right in his face. Fires to the tight end. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Keelan Russell setting up the screen. Good throwing catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Looking to throw, it's Russell. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved the touchdown at least for now. Alabama quickly back to the line. Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Alabama! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
This has been an outstanding job by this football team in the middle 8, right? The last 4 minutes of the first half, they score a touchdown. And here in the first 4 minutes of the second half, they score another. They've changed the scoreboard. They've changed the momentum. Their confidence right now is very, very high. But this is one of those areas situationally in the game coaches are always harping on, and they have executed perfectly.
He'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. And it's the Buckeyes in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone-booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win. Here are now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten. Now back to your game in Starkville. Talk about a big-time effort. This tight end is not only already over 100 yards receiving, he's dominating at the line of scrimmage as well. If this team maintains this lead, he's in line to earn a game ball. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. We're just about ready to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. They tried to get the wall set up for him. Not quite enough for the huge play, but a good job to give his offense some breathing room. What did they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
Guys, I caught up with the tight head coach at the half. He is thrilled with the performance performance of his young quarterback. We told you before the game, this is his first start, first everything, and he has shown up big time. Coach said, I want him to continue playing just like this, keep his head down, be composed, but continue to put up those big numbers we saw in the first half. Reese?
Okay, Holly. Hands it off. Runs through the tackle. And he's swallowed up immediately. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Russell from the gun on third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Searching for space. He gets a block. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out, they're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Mississippi State going up tempo.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's third down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on third down.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On the ground with the counter. Nowhere to go. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Taylor wants to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Nice to have the doink work in your favor every now and then. Off the left upright and through. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
The Tide ready to roll on offense. Didn't get anything done. 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Got some green grass. He's past the marker. Wide open spaces. Smashes him with the stiff arm. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got playmakers all over the field.
This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. They go play action with Russell. Rush is on. He's got it. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
This is so great to see, and it's such a big part of the evolution in college football today with spread offense, up-tempo, RPO game. QBs have got to be great with their ball mechanics in the play-action game. You saw a great example of that right there.
On first down from the 13-yard line. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hill. There's a crease. He's pulled down after a tough run. Gets it to the 6. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Changing the routes with his receivers. The give to the back. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Hauls it in, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bama! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Play action on first down. Got his man. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Mississippi State right back to the line.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Taylor wants to throw it. Oh, pressure's coming. Fires deep on the run. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And, guys, I just don't know what to say about this offense. Like, they take a deep shot. They've tried it short. They've really just struggled to try to find any way to move this football. They've dug themselves a hole, and now they've got to find some answers. Maybe find your guys, your go-to guys. Players, not plays. Maybe that's what they need to get something going right now.
A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Wants to throw on first. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
Well, you're seeing this offense and their aggressiveness early in this game. Opening drive, 3rd down, taking a shot into the end zone. They don't get it. So do you stay aggressive now on 4th down and try to go for it?
Red Evan on the RPO. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd down, here's Bothwell. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been...
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Bulldog.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, put his foot in the ground, and that was paving.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. Let's go down to the sideline and Javi roll.
Here on the Alabama sideline, their tight end has been a brilliant target here today. Over 100 yards receiving already in this game, and I expect them to keep him in and keep going to this big target. As you know, the tight ends never get the glory, and this guy is on fire today. Let's see if they continue to feed him the run. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Russell. Here comes the heat. The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. We've reached the break, and Alabama has the lead. And now let's take a look at the stats of what has been a nip-and-tuck affair. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Keeping his eyes downfield. Still on his feet at the 35. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
That's such a gut punch if you're the defense, because you're trailing in this game. You've got to find a way to get off the field on 3rd down, but you can't stop the quarterback scramble. He's just been making plays in this game in critical moments, none bigger than that one right there with the lead late in the game.
Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Finds his man on the RPO. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the 1st down.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the 1st down, a few more 1st downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Running inside, it's Hill. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play. There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. Wants to throw, it's Rivers. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Nice job executing the 4-minute offense. You know, they practice this throughout the week, having a lead late in the game, running plays to just get enough to get 1st downs to stay on the field, and they are executing this 4-minute offense to perfection.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Just feeds the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Face mask penalty cost the D 15 yards and a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Trying to pound their way in. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Can the D deny them on second and goal? And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll return it. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Taylor wants to throw. They're all over him. Trying to escape and get it himself. Slides, avoids the punishment, and picks up the first down. Mississippi State going up tempo.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Now third and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Ready. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And it's nice to play defense when you know it's a passing situation. They've got to throw the football. They don't have another option. You could tell they took advantage of that, played great D, broke on the football, and forced the INT and put one nail in the coffin.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Oh, and he knocks him out of the way, and he's running free. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Mississippi State calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? They'll ride him again. Runs through a tackle. They brought him down, but not soon enough, and they're going to be able to run out the clock from here. Final timeout taken by the Bulldogs. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. The handoff keeps working on that clock. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook, the old kneel down from victory formation. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated,